Welcome to another episode of Millionaires Are Made, where we believe you can be a millionaire in all 6 aspects of health. We do shows on your physical health, your mental health, your social health, your spiritual health, financial health, and today we're going to be focusing on your intellectual health. Our topic today is musics. We brought 3 awesome guests on. They're going to share a little bit of tips and knowledge on how to improve your intellectual health using this wonderful, wonderful medium called music. If this is your first time watching Millionaires Are Made, our entire show is built on the fundamental belief that every person you meet knows something you don't, and there's something to be learned from everyone in this big, beautiful world. In the spirit of authenticity, I personally do not meet or know about our guests until about a half an hour before the show, when I meet them backstage and go over how the show is going to go. So their tips, their thoughts, and their entire presence here is going to be their own authentic selves, as well as we do not go over or talk or bias or persuade in any way, to keep as much authenticity as possible. They are from a wide array of the world, and most of them I have not met before, so I cannot wait to delve in and see what they got to say about music today. Audience, we love you. Please, please, please engage. We love comments and ask questions because, as you know, if you've seen our show before, all of our questions get asked live on the air, and we'll have your answers for you right there. We also love to shout out some of our followers that help support us in what we do. On Facebook, we have Kaylee Jarman. Instagram, thank you so much, Madison Shannon. TikTok, TNT Financial Services. You guys should be a sponsor. And on YouTube, we have Mondo Hysteria. Thank you all for following. We love it. Helps us keep going as well. If you yourself wants to be a guest on our show, because we know everyone on this planet has something to share, please check out our link below, being dropped right now, www.millionairesaremade.com. We would love to have you as a guest. We'd love to be a guest as well. If you have your own podcast or show that you would like some guests, all the guests on this show would love to be on yours, as well as myself. I love being a guest on other podcasts as well. Topics. If you are going through something in your life right now that you just can't quite solve, or struggling, or want to know more on, let us know. We will go and spend our time and energy to go find 3 awesome guests, pick that topic, and throw an entire show on a topic to help you out. Just let us know. If you love this show, which we know you do, please like, share, subscribe, send stars, whatever it is on whatever social media channel you're watching. Definitely help support us so we can keep grabbing more and more guests and keep this show going and sharing information so the whole world can grow. And if you want to intimate setting, I do offer all of our viewers a free coaching session. So please, if you want to grow and learn, I talk to smart people all week long outside of the show and during the show. So feel free, that link's being dropped below. And we couldn't do it without our lovely sponsors. I'm going to quickly go through them, but also please check them out. Go like and subscribe to them as well and follow their media. We have our first sponsor is an amazing, amazing woman, Lioness Proof Coaching. It's a time when mediocrity is running rampant. Lioness Proof Coaching is here to help women up-level their health and unlock their inner lioness to have more energy, vitality, and longevity. By looking at what is holding us back, especially alcohol, we can eliminate distractions and focus on what matters most in life, and then laziness and excuses are a thing of the past. Check out their link being dropped right now. Our next sponsor is a Colorado-specific company, Elm Law Office. The team at Elm Law is dedicated to delivering the highest quality legal representation in Colorado, family law, immigration law. If you want one of the hardest working attorneys in the state, check them out right now. Their mission is to be a champion for their clients, providing exceptional service and navigating legal challenges with expertise and compassion. ElmLawLLC.com, just being dropped. Third sponsor today, we've got 4, is our Healing Vocals Artist Management, Dr. Mary Anderson. Healing Vocals Artist Management by Dr. Mary fuses medicine and music, ding, 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 like we're talking about today, to create a global impact. They heal bodies that uplift souls with medical missions and artist support. Super cool project there. Go check them out, please. And then we've got Ben Thinking About Your Health, Benjamin 12. Ben offers nationwide PPO health insurance. If you want cheaper health insurance, it does a lot more. This is the guy who spends all day, every day learning all the health plans so that you get the best one you can find. It's a freedom to choose any doctor you want. Ideal for healthy individuals and businesses. Cost-effective, tax-deductible plans provide top-tier coverage while saving you money. Check out that link below. All right, who's ready to learn some music? We're going to bring out our first guest here. His name is Jim, and he may or may not be a rock star. Let's find out. Hey, Jim, who are you?
Hi, Jim Ryan. I am a musician, artist from the 70s punk rock band, the Cardiac Kids. I do my solo stuff now, the Jim Ryan Project. I've released 5 albums in the solo project, and that's basically what I've been working on for the last 5 years is exploring music myself.
So you release an album every year on your own. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I do try. I also look for goals, and last year I released 3 albums in the same year. One was acoustic,
Dang.
One was instrumental, and then one was studio recordings.
Wow, that's impressive, Jim. That's impressive. So you, okay, great. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, well, thank you, because as an artist, I don't do it to impress myself, but I do like to ensure that people enjoy what I'm putting out, or at least respond to it. So.
Thanks, Isaiah. We love Jim too. Jim, if I wanted to improve my intellectual health with music, what tiny piece of advice would you give me?
I would say, as far as a tip, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do what you know you can do. And I know that I can write and I can create music. And I was been told all through my youth that I can't sing, which I can't, but I can act vocally. And I can write, and I have written a number of songs. So I've done a lot for somebody that can't do anything.
Done a lot for somebody that can't do anything. Awesome. So Jim, I guess you were a rock star in the 70s. Tell us a little bit more about that. Where did you learn all this information?
Oh, self-taught musician, basically punk rock, because if you were, you could do what you wanted to do. But there you reaffirm, do what you wanted to do and not worry about what people thought about it. You just went out and did it. So,
okay.
With the Cardiac Kids, we were basically one of the first punk rock groups on the West Coast. And I think that's only been recognized because we were one of the first ones to put out a 45 vinyl. And
okay.
Here's the prop.
Nice. Which one's you?
This is me with hair back then.
Oh man, you're looking good, Jim. Looking good.
Hold on to that. So this record is sold up to $1,200 on eBay as a collector's item. The original. This is a reprint put out by Breakface Records.
Oh wow! And you said everyone in the audience gets a signed copy, right?
Yeah, if they buy it and send it to me, I'll sign it to them. Oh, look at that!
Oh, okay. I was totally joking. That is cool as shit, though.
Well, it's really hard. Even I can't afford my own single anymore. So I guess that's a means of measuring success.
So where how did it all start? You're self-taught musician. How did you get to the band? How did you get to your fame? You're a punk rock star. What did you do? Obviously, your tip was a great one. Tell us how it helped you.
Yeah, I was inspired and listened to Beatles, Bowie, and Pink Floyd growing up, and those were on the offset as when I entered into the late 70s into the punk rock. I hooked up with a buddy of mine, Bill Williams, that I met through school, and he said, I heard you have drums and that you want to be in a band. And I said, yeah, I do have drums. I'm going to be in a band. The thing is, I only have been playing drums for about 3 months. So he was a good guy. He worked with me. He actually helped me a lot in learning how to read, not read music, but write melody lines. And he actually was one of the guys that told me that I couldn't write music because I'm a drummer. And I go, yes, I can. So it's a reaffirming tip that comes all the way through my life. And music has always been a savior for me because in my younger years, we all have things that we go through that are traumatic, and the music is what helped me express myself and vet myself out of any of the bad feelings and bad traumas that I went through. And on the other side of the coin, music was what enlightened me into see more about myself and how to express myself and allow myself to share with immediate family, and then with friends, and then with people abroad.
All right, Jim, real quick, we do have a question from the audience. They want to know what your favorite song you guys wrote was.
I would say "Find Yourself Away." That's
Find
the song
yourself away.
that was the song that they played on the radio. It's a love song. It's about a poor guy that it's actually been done by a couple of bands, like a band in Sweden, Impo and the Tents. They redid it themselves. Did the song, so that's flattery, at the same time. But it's a song about a guy that is losing the girl and just doesn't understand it, and he's telling love, "Come on, love, find yourself away." Because
I love it.
I come
awesome.
being younger, I grew up in the 70s. And so I still believe, I'm a big Beatle fan. I do believe all you need is love, but you got to understand what love is in order for it to work. So
wise words, Jim. Thank you so much. We're going to put you backstage and bring you a little later and bring on our next guest.
All right. Thanks, Austin.
Lorraine, who are you?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I am the Painless Piano Coach, and I show people how to understand music as a language without the usual confusing methods, and also how to enjoy playing their instrument without developing physical pain.
Cool. Okay. So I assume that's common, that people, like, especially piano, get like carpal tunnel or arthritis in their fingers.
Yes. So that's actually an issue that I dealt with as a teenager, because I loved to practice piano and perform, and I would spend hours a day practicing until I developed really severe carpal tunnel and tendonitis, to the point where I could only practice for a few minutes at a time before my hands would cramp up into claws. And the thought of going out on stage was a little bit scary at that point, because I was just crossing my fingers and toes and desperately praying that my hands wouldn't cramp up in the middle of my performance.
Crazy. So, okay, well, that explains a little where you came from. Let's ask you about your tip here. If I wanted to improve my intellectual health with music, what piece of advice would you give me?
So one of my favorite tips for improving intellectual health with music is to listen to the music that I want to learn overnight, because your brain never goes to sleep. And so while your body is sleeping and you are unconscious of the music, you can have it on repeat all night long and it won't drive you crazy. And your brain will absorb the music so that it becomes really familiar and second nature to you. And when you go to perform it, you just know it like the back of your hand.
So, okay. So for people that can't sleep with sound, just put it on super quiet and try to fall asleep to it?
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be loud enough to be consciously or actively listening to it, but I call it wallpaper volume. So it's just loud enough for your ears to hear it. It doesn't have to be disruptive at all.
And you could even, if you have you could set your music to start like a half an hour later if you're already asleep, so it just barely climbs on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Cool.
Sorry.
That's an interesting tip, Lorraine. Where on your life journey did you learn this tip?
I actually learned that from one of my mentors, one of the best mentors that I've had the privilege of working with. And that was something she recommended to all of her piano clients.
That's cool. And it works, I assume? You've done it many times?
Absolutely. It's just part of the expectations that I have when I work with my clients.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine 8 hours on repeat of the same song. So. Great idea doing it while you're asleep. That's awesome. Awesome, Lorraine. Thank you so much. We are going to check out what our next guest has to say. Hey, Sam. Who are you?
Hey, Austin. My name is Mom. Thank you for having me today. I am a musician, entrepreneur, philanthropist, wear a lot of hats. I'm the founder of a
Did you say
501.
politician?
Yes, and I'm the current mayor of the town that I live in, a little town south of Breckenridge in Colorado. And I'm the
You're the mayor of Alma?
I am, yeah. And I've heard this is in politics, you know.
I like it.
Not comment and compliment a lot because a little bit differently than others do. Yeah, I'm the founder of called World Music Development to create peace through music, and our mission is improving in communities through the power of music to unite people. That's another thing that I'm very conscious about, and with folks that I work with and musicians, about being responsible with that power. Music can unite people and get messages across. So how we do that is really important.
That's awesome. Wow. All right. Well, you answered who you are. That's great. Riddle me this, if I wanted to improve my intellectual health with music, what tiny piece of advice would you give me?
I would say create it, play it, listen to it, and share it with the world. That's what my would be. Anybody is able to create. I know people that say, well, I don't have any music. I say we all have rhythm and it's in our heartbeat, you know, and that's music right there. So music lives within us without realizing it consciously at times. So that's why I say, don't be afraid. Give it a shot.
I love it. And no matter what level of a musician you are, you say create it, share it, even if you're a beginner.
Absolutely. Share it, play it. Yeah, that's what makes share their skills. I have quite a bit of musicians. I tell them, stop being closet musicians. Share that gift for a reason. You know,
I love it. I love it. Well, tell us it. Where on your life journey did you learn it? Did you start as an amateur and just shared it, and now you're the best musical mayor on the planet?
Sure, we'll go with that one. I'll take that right there. My journey with music really started at a very young age, very similar to what Jim was sharing earlier. I was born in Iran in the 70s, and I lived there during the time when the revolution happened. I was 6 years old when the revolution happened, and the war between Iran. I've been fortunate, had great parents that really helped us during that, because one of the biggest effects of the war, innocent bystanders, and parents brought music into our life from a very age, and that was very helpful. Piano and keyboard lessons during the tough times. I mean, dealing with air raids, there were times that I remember we would, and then pack up and go camp out in the mountains because bombs were being dropped all over the city during the night, home in the morning, hoping your house is over there. But anyway, it was music that was very helpful to me. So music helps with me, and it's very
that's pretty powerful, especially with the world today. You know, there's probably more people than we realize sitting in our houses here in America, you know, that are doing that. You have to use music to go run to the hills and stay for the night. That's a sad fact, but it is a reality for a lot of people.
It is. Currently right now in Iran, and it's been like this for 40 years since the revolution. Western music is that as part of a political movement that some may have seen in the more recent years with what was it, the freedom movement that happened in a couple of years, that actually a lot of to the street musicians and playing music and Western music, and some of these folks were getting arrested, and some of them are sitting in prison performing music out in the public. So because of where I came from, because of what is going on in my motherland, I take music very seriously. I feel very fortunate to have the opportunity to have music in my life in the way that I did. So that is a huge that I have with music.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. I mean, it almost defined your childhood. You know, keeping music going, keeping you motivated, keeping you struggling through things, and you know, now you're an adult, seeing it still being affecting your home country.
Yes.
Oh. All right, Sam, man, that was good. Thank you so much. I'm gonna bring everyone else out and let's have a little discussion on how music affected our lives. There's Lorraine and Jim. Hey, Jim, can you really quickly refresh what your tip was for us?
Sure, Austin. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something that you know you can do.
I love it. Lorraine, what are your thoughts on that?
I love it because you should always follow. I think all of us know inside of us what the right path is, and I know for myself, I allowed myself to get distracted by listening to voices of people who I thought knew better than I did what I should do. So I definitely agree.
All right, Sam, let's hear your answer to this one. What are your thoughts on Jim's tip?
I love Jim's tip, and because it relates to me person, that if you tell me I can't do something, I'm just going to go do it just to show you I can, you know? So
just to show you.
Yeah, just to show you. Just tell me I can't, you know? So I relate very well, and I do think that's a very great advice, right? Yeah, don't listen. It's what's in your heart. If you believe you can do it, go do it. The quality, that's up to you, you know? If it works for you and it makes you know? So it's a...
Lorraine, can you quickly refresh what your tip was for us?
Sure. So my tip was to listen to a recording of the music that you want to learn how to play. Listen to that overnight on what I call wallpaper volume, so that your brain can learn it without you even being aware.
I love it. Jim, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm going to have to supplement that to my learning songs because it's a lot of work to go over, you know, the chords over again and again and make sure that your fingers are in the right, you know, configuration. And then you sometimes lose the sense of the melody line. And I could see that where if you had that rolling through the back of your head, the melody line would be not ingrained, but it'd be almost, you know, like, oh yeah, that's what I'm going for. And you probably go through the physical aspect of it without even thinking. So I think I'm going to have to add that into my repertoire of getting things done. I like it.
Oh man, Lorraine, look at you helping out a rock star. Dang. Well, Jim, you'll have to come back to us and let us know if our tip worked or not. And if it didn't work, we'll just yell at her on air, okay?
I don't see how I can't.
Sam, what are your thoughts on Lorraine's tip?
I love that to buy that with books like self-improvement, listening to the there is a part of us, our subconscious mind is never sleeping. It's always active, and it's picking up things. So I applied it with music. So Lorraine, Thank you for it's something doing that with music that I want to learn and get better at. So thank you for the reminder. I appreciate that.
Wow, this episode morphed into sleep and learn, you lazy bastards.
Yeah. Sleep and learn.
Sleep and learn. Sam, you said you do it with Audible self-help books. Tell us a little bit about how that helps.
How does the self-help book? It's active brainwashing. We're bombarded by information around us. I tell this to my daughters all the time. Brainwash yourself. That's how I look at these types of methods. And once I read them, listening to them while I'm sleeping, very, very helpful to me.
Wow, the world just brainwashes you. Brainwash yourself. I like it. And Lorraine, I love it with music too. Just sit and listen to your favorite melody and learn it. Man, that's awesome. Sam, can you refresh us what your tip was real quick? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, can I steal that for an album title, Sam? Brainwash your...
Please.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Brainwash. That's a great album title.
Yeah, I'm going to steal it from you.
And Jim, Jim, you can use that for like Spotify or whatever. You can tell everyone on your album, the opening like 30-second track, like make sure you listen over and over during your sleep. And you can just rack up your listens.
Yeah,
I like it, Austin. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
You can have a platinum record. We'll all just listen to it while we sleep 8 hours a day. That song's going viral. That's awesome. Good. We have an audience member that says as soon as you make that album, they want it. They want to see it.
Right. That's a good start.
All right, guys. We got about a minute left. I'm going to leave this open to you guys. Tell us any last thoughts on intellectual health and music.
Also, I just want to say that his tip. That's what you do. You put that. You create it. You play it. You create it, and you put it out there, and you. Don't expect to be famous. Just do it as an artist, express yourself out to the world and say what you've got to say from your heart. You have bad days, good days. Let your music express, your feelings and express your feelings through your music, which is, I like the heartbeat part. Sam, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, we're going to go to our daily challenge. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
No, that's. I was going to thank Jim and album. Please share it with me when you have it. Yeah.
All right. You're in Colorado, right? So that's good.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Yeah.
You should throw a concert in his town. All 25 people will show up.
Well,
you're introduced.
I do have a music festival in August, actually, as one of our biggest fundraiser festivals that we put on. It is called Elevation Music Festival. It's about leading people and communities through music. It is the highest incorporated town in North America. The town that I live in sits at 10,000, 8 feet above sea level right now, Austin.
That's true.
So, yeah.
I'm at like 10 feet.
Check out Elevation Music. You're in Colorado in August 17th festival. We raise funds through donations and church and alcohol sales. Come and see us in August, Elevation Music Festival.
Sounds like a connection, Austin.
That sounds awesome. One of our audience members just said, we want cardiac kids in the concert. Jim, do something.
Well, if I did, it would have to be the solo stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why cardiac kids shouldn't be there. That sounds like a great festival. But we got to work on our daily challenge now. So we need to come up with a task that takes less than 5 minutes, costs $0, and is available to anyone from the Congo to the Philippines. What ideas do you guys have?
I would throw out there just developing the skill of enjoying your music as you play.
I would say journal your thoughts, both in the morning and the evening. Journal your thoughts, and those thoughts ultimately turn into a recognition of feelings that you can develop into lyrics and music. It's good for vetting your human soul too.
And, I would add to this that sharing part that I said, through sharing of feedback on your music from your fans. Critics are a good thing to have in life, and that sharing part is always a good feedback.
What if we try to do something with sleep? We had such a sleep-oriented show.
Go to bed early, which is hard for me to do, I'll tell you.
I was going to say, music
always been a night owl.
Are either going to be late after the show or getting up late.
Yep.
Sleep patterns are not normal usually for professional musicians. That.
Oh yeah, I'm
being a punk.
Yep,
I think Jim had 8 years with no sleep.
Feels like that some days.
All right. I like the sharing. That's good. I love that. I'm going to try to open it up to people that may not be musicians, but try to get more music in their lives. So one part of it could be just sharing a song that you like, or, actually pinpointing a song that you like and maybe why, and trying to share that on social media. Do you guys like that idea?
Yeah, that's why great. That's why as an artist we do things is to share that. I look for stuff on the YouTube and Spotify. If you want to give me some critiques, I'm open for it.
And then listen to Jim's music specifically, or sign the petition to get Jim at the Elevation Fest.
All right.
Every day. Yeah, maybe it's going to be share something you like, and maybe how can we like, and how do you guys find new music? How do you find something new? What do you do to like get a new band or something? Do you go out and search it, or how do you guys, let's try to expand some music knowledge.
I'll jump in over here. As far as for myself, it's platforms that are out there from, YouTube, Spotify, the internet. That's where music lives. Discovering new music for my events as well. We open up submissions to artists across the world. For example, did this for Elevation Music Festival earlier this. Submissions open for only 6 weeks, and in that 6 weeks, we received over 400 submissions. So there's plenty of music out there. A lot of different platforms out there to find new music. Streaming platforms are find the new acts and the new.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll listen to suggested playlists by other people and from the companies themselves, Spotify or YouTube, and I'll listen to them. And sometimes something will get quirky enough to catch my ear, and then I'll put it in my private playlist.
Yeah, very cool. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I think for a daily challenge, maybe we discover a new artist we've never heard before. And I guess you can do that however you so choose. If you have difficulty with that, ask one of these 3 guests, because I'm sure they can tell you how to discover new artists. And then we will also have you share. You can. This doesn't have to be public on Facebook or on social media if you're not a fan of it. You can share it with your friends. Just send them a text and say, this is a song I really like and why. I think the why is the real reason. Why do you like this song? Is it the lyrics, the beat, the tempo, whatever it is? Learn and focus a little more on the music we listen to. How do you guys think of that for a daily challenge?
Sounds great.
When do we report back?
Every day when you get tagged by us.
Oh, you got it, buddy. I knew there was a catch. No.
Oh, there's a catch. We got to do it too. Cool. Well, if that's all we got, that's going to be our official daily challenge. And then our job is done. We did it. Good work, guys. We came up with a challenge and we discussed a lot about music, and hopefully a lot of people learned a lot. And I'm going to go to sleep with like 14 things playing at the same time so that I'm a superhuman in the morning.
I'm not sure that really works.
I'm going to wake up playing the piano, the saxophone, the baritone, the harp, and I'm going to know, computer science and how to shoot rockets. It's going to be a great night tonight. It's going to be a big old symphony in my room with all these things. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the show. Thank you so much for being guests. It was awesome having you. What an awesome show that was. Learned some seriously cool stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Thank you for watching Millionaires Are Made. Please be sure to check out our sponsors and our guests. Go follow them. We got a festival coming up. If you want to learn how to play instruments without hurting yourself, check out Lorraine's page. Go follow them, love them, like them, and thank them for coming on. Hopefully you learned a little bit about intellectual health and music.